Hello, this is Malorian, and this is the Orc Tactical Team. And what we're actually going to be touching on this time here is actually something where, when I first saw it, I thought, man, this is going to be used all the time because this looks fantastic. And I've been fairly surprised to see that I don't see it whatsoever. When I was at Brawler Bash, nobody took this in their armies, and then whenever I see it in battle reports, this army just never takes this unit choice that I think is amazing. So the book we're talking about is the Demons of Chaos, and the actual unit we're talking about is the Burning Chariot. Now, when I first did my first review, I said, wow, this thing's actually very solid. I can't believe why people aren't taking this. Well, I assume people would be taking this. And people aren't. So maybe the first thing I'm going to go to is I'm going to talk about the reason people might not actually like this unit. So first of all, it's a chariot. It's kind of a weak chariot. You know, it's only toughness 4, only has a 5+ ward and all that stuff. And so it is kind of weak. It's kind of like the whole wolf chariot thing. The other thing is that its abilities are random. So whenever you're actually going to use it, the strength, I mean, assuming, there are 2 ways you can shoot this guy. Either you can shoot it as a flamethrower and do a little flame template that's going to go and scatter out, or you can shoot it as a grape shot if you want to pay even more points for it. But, you know, it's D6 strength if it's the flame, D6 plus 2 if it's going to be the grape shot. But it's a whole random strength thing. So people, of course, don't like random. The other part of this, too, is the whole fact that whenever you actually shoot it, well, then what actually happens is that after you do damage, you're actually going to be giving them a regeneration save. So once you do it the first time, they have a 6+, then a 5+, then a 4+, and so really, if you're doing all this all the time, you're going to be giving these guys, you know, a 2+ regen in no time, and that just seems really stupid, right? So why would you take this chariot? Let me tell you now why I love this chariot and why I don't think this is all really valid, what I just said there. First of all, even though it's kind of a weaker chariot, it's a damn fast chariot. This thing freaking flies. So you don't have to worry about getting stuck in combats you don't want to be in. You just fly to wherever you need to be. And really, if these things are starting on the flanks, really they're just going to be seeing little cheap little support units that they can just smash into and take care of with the impact hits anyway. Now, the big thing is, though, is that it doesn't even need to really worry about this because it can just fly the 20 inches wherever it needs to be and shoot its actual flame. So it's sitting pretty damn nice. Now, the big thing with this here is that, yes, it is going to be random. The strength that you're doing is random. The amount it goes forward for the flame template, and I'm assuming that's the right one to take. I wouldn't actually take the other one. But this is all randomness. The big thing you have to assume, though, is that on a D6, you know, you should think that the average is going to be 3 or 4. Whenever you're doing your math, even though on a single D6, the probability of any number is the same, you got to think that, you know, the average number you're going to get is 3.5. Now, really, if you're dealing with a horde that's either toughness 3 or toughness 4, you're still going to be wounding a ton of these guys. Because if you put that big flame template on, like fly up to a flank and shoot it onto a block, you're hitting a ton of guys. Automatically hits, and then if it's toughness 3, you know, you're winning at a 4+ or whatever it is, and you're just going to be taking off like a whole rank of guys or more, bam, one shot. Sure, you don't know how far it's going to go, but he's going to set yourself up just like the Salamanders player do, just perfectly on the side, so no matter what happens, the bulk of that template will be on the unit, and then anything else is just gravy. So really, for positioning and the randomness, I mean, sure, you might roll the 1 strength, but hey, you might roll the 6. Overall, though, you should really think that when this goes, it'll be 3.5 and do a ton of damage. Now, the next part of this here, too, is we just said that whenever you do this, you're giving a regen save. Well, really, the way that I see this working is that's not so bad, because if you're going to be killing like a whole rank of guys off and you're giving a 6+ regen, that's not so bad. I mean, to be honest, a lot of people wouldn't even pay points to get a 6+ regen, right? It's weak. If you already have a ward, you can't even use it. If you're up against flaming attacks, you don't get to use them anyway. A 6+ regen is no big deal. A 5+ regen, a 4+ regen, that's a big deal. But the whole idea here is you're only going to be shooting this the once. You're going to be flying up, shooting this, because usually in the way that these games roll out is that the armies start apart, they come together, there's a little bit of shooting in range, and then bam. So really you're getting that one-time shot off to really just knock off a rank and all this stuff, and then on the next round, either you're charging in to be doing a flank charge, to be supporting somewhere, or you're going and charging a war machine, charging the bunker, something like that. So really the shot's only coming in once, and then you're just a perfect chariot that can fly and hit whatever the hell you want. So overall, I think that's amazing, right? 150 points to zoom up the flanks, kill whatever support's there, do a little flame down into a big horde, kill off a rank, and then charge into whatever you want after. I think that's an amazing buy for those points. Now, the one thing that I do admit that is a problem with the Burning Chariot is the fact that it's in the rare slot. And this is where I do have to admit where people can just be passing it over. Because you're looking at things here like the Skull Cannon, which is amazing. Like the Soul Grinder, especially if you're doing Epidemius, is critical to your army. You have, like the silly Slanesh things in there. But then you also have the Plague Drones, which are very, very strong. So if you're looking at the rare section, I mean, if you're already looking at these other things, it could be that, okay, well, for me picking my rare, I've already put my points in these other things. Then again, you get to put up to 25% of your points for your army into rare, and 150 points is not going to break the bank. There's no reason why you shouldn't be able to take, in a normal-sized game, 2 Skull Cannons and 2 Flaming Chariots, right? These things just can fit in there fairly easily. So I really think that players out there should really give them a try. I know it's really hard. I mean, now being a demon player, you have to embrace randomness anyway. So the whole fact that, oh, geez, it's D6 strength, I don't know what's going to be, just get past that and realize that the majority of the time you're going to be okay and it's going to do some serious damage. Start off on the flank, kill off some support, flame, and then charge whatever you want. And these guys will work out just perfect for you. So there you go. There's my little review of the Burning Chariots. I think you guys should be using them more, and I hope you agree. So there you go, and thanks for watching.